So that they can write down your names? What are your names? Yeah.
My name is Spencer.
My name is Laura.
Austin.
Candace.
Catherine.
Randy.
Team Slacker.
Yes.
And yes, Tanya, you're right. It's terribly awkward having so many people, but it's your fault as a class because usually I have about 7 people drop my class. You guys have failed to do your room duty.
I need to spend my phone.
I've got like 3 dishes in my mouth right now.
That's a mouthful.
Yes.
I'm getting ready to, would you go ahead and hit record, Victoria?
Do what?
Did you hit record?
Yes.
And you already did it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then Thomas, okay.
It makes you throw up.
It hurts too.
Have we started?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Specific problem analysis. So it's a problem.
mean, get you guys to talk up. Remember, you're competing against tennis players.
Well, we have a large problem with the fact that there is a minister having an affair.
Well, it's not really.
Well, it's
It's
not
not
really.
really fair because she wasn't married. They were breaking up. Well, I guess they were technically still
He's
married.
committing adultery either way, which is no bueno for religious environment. That's not good.
Well, the only thing wrong with it is that the church has a policy against it.
The members might have a problem.
Well, yeah. See, okay. But you also have to look at if you just out and out fire him, like back how many years ago was it? 4 years ago when they fired those 2 or 3 or whatever it was.
Yeah,
The congregation dropped 15%.
right.
And-
And they're trying to raise money.
And they're trying to raise money because their congregation has gotten so big.
Right.
And how many? 250 new members say they joined just because of Reverend Williams. And that they give money because of him. So if you just out and out fire him, 25% of the new members or 25% of the congregation is gone.
What about rock and roll?
Yeah, I was gonna say, but how many of those members are gonna be like, oh, well, we still like him even though he?
Yeah, how many are willing to forgive them?
So are you gonna trade rock
I
and
feel
roll
like-
for one pair like $5,000?
No, let's just move on.
But, okay, the whole church, the idea of a church is that that's a place of forgiveness. So if the minister were to stand up in front of the entire congregation and say, like, I committed sin, I made, a terrible decision, and I'm asking for everybody's forgiveness.
What about all her family that's in there watching him do this? What are they gonna think?
How does the 25% so they join because of him feel about this?
Yeah,
It doesn't say, it doesn't even say that they know about it yet.
I
And
think
that's another thing that we have to look at is will the congregation find out about it?
Yeah, that's part of the plan of action.
But it's been a year, they haven't found out for an entire year. And he's just now, like, he
Yeah,
just
but
can't
if
live with it
But if
anymore.
they do find out,
Yeah, if they do find out, it would blow up, it'd be a terrible.
Okay, so let's get to what the specific problem is, because we have to develop a specific problem analysis.
Yeah, we have another problem too. I don't know what time it starts, so we're not technically on the countdown.
Somebody's gonna give us a 5-minute warning.
Okay, good. We're
Okay.
technically just on,
Okay.
I know about the ballpark area.
Okay, so, this is really complicated.
This would just be
Not just money, but like a moral.
money and moral.
And it's also different because they have multiple different kinds of religions, so different people will take it more seriously than others.
Yeah,
So it could
that's
like cause
another
a
thing.
split. Some people forgive them, some people won't.
See, but like, do we even look at well, I guess this is the church, we have to look at the moral aspect of it. If it wasn't, we could just look at the money aspect into it.
So in some religions, it's okay to have an affair.
No, I
Some
don't think that's
Some look at it completely, yeah.
Some are stricter.
Yeah, some,
I don't think it was an effect, well,
Yeah, it was, he was counseling her after she had a breakup, and then somehow that counseling led into a more personal sort of,
and then the woman left.
she left the congregation and she's been gone for a year.
Plus, he knew the rule was no like relationships.
Okay, so you just want to kick him out of the church.
No, I'm not saying that.
You want to kick him out? You want to kick him out?
It's kind of like, he did something wrong, and the whole thing about being a preacher or a
Well, no, I
reverend is
can
Well,
like,
not only did he do it wrong, he knew he did it wrong because it said romantic and or sexual relationships with members are prohibited.
And if he didn't think it was wrong, he wouldn't have come out and said.
well, here's
"This is
something
what I
else
did."
too, if you know, like, if you know that something is not right and that, okay, like, okay, so I live somewhere and the rule there is do not drink. I love these people very much, I don't want to risk, I don't want to go against what they want, and so I don't do what I know would get me kicked out,
Exactly.
like, so he shouldn't have done what he knew was going to get him kicked out. He shouldn't have, if it mattered enough to him, he shouldn't have done it to begin with, you know what I'm trying to say?
Okay, that's it completely, like, you were so right. But the issue isn't whether or not he should or shouldn't have done it, it's how we're going to handle the fact that he did do it.
Well, yeah, so I think that if he didn't give a crap, why should, obviously it doesn't mean a whole bunch to him, so
But we
just
also have
fire
to think
him.
of the repercussions, like, if we fire him, the money's gone, the members are
and
gone,
a
they're
lot of
going to
people
Why can't we find
will be
another?
upset.
Why can't we find another?
Yeah,
Yeah, we could easily just
I mean, there's a bunch of.
put out a minister wanted ad.
either way, it's gonna have a bad look, it's gonna be bad, like this dude,
Okay.
or Crossroads minister, whatever, screwed up.
Yeah, we
We need
need
to
a
write something
specific
down.
problem. So like, it starts out with the money
Problem
issue.
is,
The problem is if we,
we had it prepared,
Okay. Okay, keep
That
talking.
was not allowed in the church. That was prohibited.
romantic relationships are prohibited.
Okay.
and the issue is that they're trying to raise $50,000 from the congregation in order to build a bigger church.
Because he was there and they grew bigger, and that's why there was any money.
Who's to say they're not all gonna leave and then we won't be able to?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But we don't know that.
But we don't know that when he leaves, we're not gonna get all this money anymore, like, cause I wouldn't support a man who
What
did
does this
that.
have to do with Donna Watson? Why would she?
Donna Watson's just a little-
She's a hater.
She was the one who got the other one fired. And she's
Are they
pissed
afraid
off
she's
at
gonna
him
find
because,
out?
I don't know.
But she's not in because he didn't go see her in the hospital.
Is she on the board?
Yeah.
No, she just complains to the board.
I thought she was
Is
on
there
the board.
anything that says that there actually was an affair and that this woman isn't just making this up?
No, he
No,
admitted to
he
the
admitted.
No,
affair.
he said at the meeting, he sought advice regarding professional and
And he
personal matter.
admitted to
and he
having
admitted
it.
it.
Okay.
Okay, Donna Watson is not on the board. Ow, I just got stuck on my teeth.
Why don't? I think they should tell the congregation and let them.
I
give their
completely agree with you.
feedback.
I feel like that Reverend Williams should stand up in front of the congregation because that's how any other,
But
like,
then
that's how
people
my
will
church
start
was.
choosing sides, and there could be
But
a
that's
massive split.
that's gonna happen regardless.
That's true.
They're either gonna find out about it and stay with the church or just
Lee's gonna get fired.
Yeah,
And if we fire him, there has to be some kind of explanation that we give.
exactly. We can't just make something up.
Okay,
Maybe,
well,
why
why don't
don't
we
you
just
just
get him to
want-
privately step down
That's what I was
and
gonna
say
say.
personal matter,
But people are still gonna wonder though.
but have him stay at the church.
And apparently this
But
Donna Watson.
hire him
Oh,
But what happens if he steps down and the congregation is like, well, the only reason I joined this church was because of Reverend
Well,
Williams.
you should keep him, you could keep him at the church as like, advisory minister type.
That's
like-
true.
That's
but
true,
he
he
really-
could step down.
he wouldn't have
but-
any-
Yes, he needs to be doing some advising.
Yeah, well, then you would have a time thinking.
Hold up, are you talking about him becoming an advisor?
Kind of like keep him there so it may help
Just
make
give
people
him a smaller
happy.
position.
But you get it.
So people won't be like, well, I'm the
preaching
leader.
in your pulpit on
But
Sundays.
at the same
and
time,
not
he's
in
still
doctrine.
like that though. Like, I mean, I still wouldn't want to get advice from somebody who had.
I mean, like the other preacher.
Preachers are held to a higher standard, so he screwed up.
I'm just trying to figure out how.
I know.
That's what
Yeah,
you're
but
trying
he
to
can ask
I
for
think you
forgiveness.
should, I think you should
I mean,
tell
everybody
everybody what
screws
he
up.
did and ask for forgiveness and vote.
Vote what they want, if they want him gone or if they want to give him forgiveness.
Isn't that our job?
If we want to know.
We're the
No,
board.
we're just, no, we're the board. In the congregation,
Well, what about the people in the stands, listen to what he's saying?
that's a congregation.
Oh, so all of us a
I
congregation?
need to
Like
go
all
every
three?
time.
Yes,
I don't know.
everybody in
I
the
know
church
that-
body is considered the congregation.
It's only been like 10 minutes since we stopped
We
reading.
need to start agreeing and developing a plan of
Okay,
action.
I agree.
Because we are
Okay,
way behind.
I am on Candace's, I am all about that.
That he needs to tell.
That he should stand up and say, like, I did this wrong and I'm seeking forgiveness and I'm leaving it up to you as a congregation to decide whether or not I should stay or go, or step down.
Should you leave that decision to a congregation?
It's their church.
It's not
It's
their
I
their
feel like
church. They're
that's
the
like
reason
our
this
job
is
is,
as big
that's,
as it
well,
is.
this is the reason that we're a board.
Well,
I mean, I'm not trying to be like,
how about-
I sounded that sounded a little
Well, at
bad.
the same time, he did something wrong, but then another part of the religious thing is if he forgives, we're supposed to, or if he asks for forgiveness, we're supposed to forgive.
No, God does that.
How about the
But she-
congregation? The congregation doesn't decide, make the final decision.
Well,
They
everybody
just
here hopefully
decide
does.
and then the board
Exactly, and the
approves.
board
I mean, at
approves
the-
their decision.
Okay.
No, you know, come on. That's not good. What do you do with a man like this?
You leave it up to the people to follow.
I think we should take their,
Leave, though. Like, we still gotta figure that out.
Well, that's the thing, that's what
Well,
we're
how
gonna
is
let
he
him
gonna
stand
do that?
up.
What if he doesn't want to?
As a board
We
member.
say you
Well,
either
then he
stand
should
up in
have
front of
to
the
be fired.
congregation or you're fired, you're
Well,
gone.
then what do we do if he
Then we
says,
hire
"I'm
another
just gonna
preacher
be
and say,
fired"?
fine, we will figure this out
But
without
then-
you,
then we
Reverend
fire,
Williams.
well,
Yeah, I'm hot.
Let's eat it.
No, it's amazing.
Um,
Can we get a time? Can we get a time?
We have 14 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
I knew we had a little bit because we had 10 minutes since we
Okay,
read
well, we
it.
never came up with a really specific problem analysis. We kind of
The
started
problem is,
ranking.
I feel like the main problem is the repercussions. Like, if, like, do what? Yeah, well, the money and the congregation, whether they will leave, whether they will stay, whether they will hate, I don't know. The main issue, of course, is the affair.
I feel like that's the stem to the problem, and the problem now is what do we do about it? Like, what do we do? And then like, what do we do?
The
is-
POA,
Also
the
have
plan of
things
action.
against the code of ethics. There's fundraising involved, and he has many more members. I'm just doing like 4 points here.
I feel like he's not the only person in the world that is a reverend. Like, I feel like we can find somebody else.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, but a lot of people are loyal to their reverends.
I think, okay.
That's why
Like old timers.
Yeah, but
It says old timers. He plays favorites.
To
on
the new
giving.
people who are the,
well, the new,
What about the founding people that church?
yeah, but while the new people leave and the whole group are gonna die,
Those are the ones that made the church.
Oh my
No,
God.
There's only 250 members that came with this guy. That means 100 are still there.
How do you know that?
Because it said that he got turned for his new members and went from 100 to 350. So even if he lives, it's still going to be the main 100 people, no matter what.
that's
yeah,
true,
but then
this
they've
is.
got a ton of money that they took from the 250 people, and now they're angry and losing.
Okay, so this is what I think that should happen. Like, just I'm just saying it just so it's out there. I think that he should get up in front of the church and say, "I screwed up. I am sorry. I've talked to God about my forgiveness. We're working on it. I'm asking you for forgiveness.
Seek help.
I'm gonna,
That's good.
yeah." I
Okay,
mean,
so we
but-
all agree that he should have to stand up in front of the church. Yes. Except for,
So you say that the congregation should vote on it.
No, I didn't say that. I just said
He
he.
should
I
say
do
that.
believe though, because we say if we fire him, we're just like, well, we fired him. Well, why?
we have to give an explanation to the congregation.
And I
It's
think that it
their
would be
church.
more meaningful if it came from him. Like maybe if it came from
People
him,
are more
it wouldn't
willing
be
to give
such a
forgiveness.
exactly. Like if I punch you in the face and she comes and says sorry for it, that's really not all that great. That's just like Bill Clinton. I did not have, that was not good.
So,
Okay, what do you think?
what's the congregation supposed to do after he admits? Do they
Well, I don't know, I'm just saying
speak?
so.
Do they raise hands?
Well, and then it says Donald Watson spread rumors about the first two ministers, so it's not just saying something here like he plays favorites. He really talks the whole time, but I was just throwing that out there. It says right here, she has been, longtime member had been behind the first two, for the drive behind the first two members, allegedly spreading rumors about the former ministers. So, I mean, she might just be running her mouth right now.
No, he admitted it.
But he admitted.
Yeah, he had been.
No, I mean
she
about
said
her
that
being,
she played
about her
favorites.
playing, or him playing favorites.
Well, think of the field day she's fixing to have with this then.
Yeah.
She's fixing to be like, oh goodness. And they videotaped it and they saw it on the internet. I don't know. She's fixing to have a field day. So this is, she's going to play a role in it too. She's going to like make it harder for anybody to like him, I feel like, because she's just going to out of proportion.
So you
That's why they should completely bypass Donna and just go straight to the congregation.
So the whole congregation needs to what? Vote, have a meeting,
I feel like voting is
decide
gonna-
right then, decide in a month?
Yeah, there's no way for the congregation to
Maybe
decide
they should
that.
take
I
some
feel like
time
there should
to
be,
like
like-
afterwards, like see how he is and like see how he's changed. Like
We can hold a
take some
meeting
time.
outside of Sunday church.
Congregational meeting for anyone who wants to.
Maybe if it was
attend.
like-
Ah, that's good. That's good.
Maybe we should do anonymous voting.
Well, yeah,
That's
of
what-
course.
I
Well,
think that,
still, the 250 members that he brought in, it's like when you meet somebody like the first time, it's like, oh yeah, they're awesome, cool. What about the people that know who he is and that have been there since the very beginning? What about those people? How is it fair that the 250 mean more than 100? It's not fair.
that's why I think that,
Well, they're all equal in the end. That's
Yeah,
what they
but-
should be.
No,
No,
but the
one
voting is
person-
going to be unfair. You can't vote.
that's why I don't think that their vote should, I think it should be like an electoral thing, like, we vote for who we want, but they didn't listen and they chose freaking Bush and then look what, I mean, just, like, electoral.
Say what?
No, I think that we should take their votes into consideration, like, we should listen to what they have to say.
How about
Why
there
do
be
they have
no
to vote
voting?
automatically?
Just people.
Why
That's
can't they
what-
just take some time,
What they
like see
say.
how he is, see how he's acting now, like take like a month or so, and then they make a vote then. Like just wait.
Well,
Say
it
that one more
seems
time.
like everybody
Like, they just
likes
wait
him.
and
The
see
only
how
one
he
that's
is.
bad
Yeah.
mouthing him is that
Donna.
Donna Watson.
Donna Watson. I don't like that girl.
She's a hater.
She is a hater. Hater and a half.
Okay, well, our goal is to keep the congregation together.
Yeah,
right?
that's our entire goal, is to keep the church.
We're probably getting really close to
So
that.
we don't need to like play favorites with the old people, but we don't want to.
But,
I can understand why you're coming. The vote will be unfair. It'll be uneven.
but Donna's been there since the beginning, so.
Donna is just running her mouth.
Who cares about Donna? We're going
We're-
to like
this is the congregation.
excommunicate her in a minute.
Congregation, okay. We want to keep the congregation as a whole. I completely understand what he's saying, how the congregation, the vote will be split because there's more new members than old members. And more than likely the old members will say just get rid of him, and the new members who are loyal to him are going to say,
Well, then
Well, what if
he
the old
stays
ones
and they
okay, well then let's just host a vote.
And then we say, it's
Okay,
okay to
wait,
go do
wait.
these.
I need to start writing things down.
Okay, so here's our solution. We've decided that he is going to go up in front of that church
And
and he's
that's
going to
publicly
say,
his fault.
okay.
Ask for forgiveness, seek help and professional advice. Congregational meeting for anyone who wants to attend.
You guys got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. I knew it was really, really soon.
I feel like it should be for those who want to attend.
For anyone who wants to attend, to voice their thoughts, voice their
Opinions.
Yeah,
I think it should be for everybody.
yeah, some people are going to be like, oh, I just go to church.
No, because some people will be like, whatever.
Some guys might be like, oh yeah.
So somebody's not gonna care what people are saying about their own reverend?
Really, some people will.
Yeah,
Really,
fair,
some.
no,
I know
it's
you would be
not.
you would be one of the people that go to this voice your opinion.
Okay, so yeah, and then if you want, you share your opinion, you share your thoughts, okay, and then what?
And then what do we do as a board? Do we like take into consideration their thoughts and then have another meeting and
Vote.
Take
Vote.
into consideration their
what the
thoughts.
congregation thinks?
Board considers.
Congregational thoughts.
Results from meeting.
So this is pretty much like a pre-trial, and then he goes through.
And then,
Should we still keep it as a church while all this is going on? Like, have we decided that?
We'll ask.
I really
Ooh,
don't.
that's a good one.
I
Didn't
think
even
though
about
that if you're gonna do something like that, then you obviously don't have, like you may have come away from God like a backsliding type deal, and I mean,
Yeah, but
me
some
as a
people-
church
We would
person.
either have to do it really quick, we'd have to do it within like a week saying, which is impossible, or make him step down and have somebody like step in his place for that following Sunday.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I don't
when's
think we
the
should just
meeting
have
in
a
a
substitute
week?
for just because.
It's, yeah.
And then maybe they'll like that substitute, and then when we fire him,
Board considers
Bam.
results from meeting.
So it's a transition.
And
Yeah,
then
you're just gonna
we'll
have
make
easy
our
decisions.
decision. I think we need to have a decision though. Is it
I think
not
our
the
decision-
point?
Yes, that is the point. There has to be a decision.
So we take into consideration of votes
So
and
should we
then.
not have a meeting? Do we need to
No,
decide?
just say that we're gonna have a meeting and then like say like, we're gonna take into consideration their votes and then we are going to, do we wanna fire them, do we wanna keep them on staff, do we wanna make them step
well,
down?
then what the heck's the point of making a
We have to
freaking
pretend
meeting?
like we've already had this meeting.
Oh.
So we can have a meeting,
So
so
we've
we
already
can
had
like
this
have an
meeting.
actual
Congregation
answer.
wants to keep them. Now-
Congregation wants to keep it, so then we're going to, do we want to keep them as a preacher or make them step down? Like to a lower position?
I feel like we should have a substitute while we're doing this
I think
decision,
we
and then they
should
should
take
enjoy the
time off from
substitute,
his
and then we
job
should
to
just.
seek help and ask for forgiveness.
That's a good one, that's a good one. Write that
He
down.
needs to take time off from his
That's
job to
perfect.
seek help and ask for forgiveness and then come back later.
Perfect. Write that down and we are.
He's
How much time we
suspended,
have?
so we suspended him.
We're 12 minutes left.
I like it. Like 1.5.
Yeah. 1:20.
Okay.
Which one is it?
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. 2 minutes, okay. Then the problem is,
I'm scared.
you write that down. Fundraising involved, minimum is if. I don't really know what to say, like if fired.
Worried if he leaves, a lot of the members will leave. And
Tell him we're gonna pray about it. That makes everything better. I'm serious. Just write it down.
Board will pray.
Just tell him we're praying about it. They need to pray about it. They just.
We need to get baptized.
We need to drown them in some holy water.
Board will pray about it. How about what if we could seek advice from like other churches?
No, who wants to be like, my church is doing some serious infiltrating crap?
I really think that what we have is so
Lots of
good.
churches
though.
do that.
I bet not when their preacher has a freaking affair with a member. Probably
It depends
not.
on like Catholic churches and stuff, like talking about.
I feel like that's not
Really
good.
hot in here.
It's really hot. Okay, I feel, alright, what's the last thing that minister's name?
Horrible prayer.
We're gonna bring in like a substitute preacher, right?
Yeah, that's what, like, while they're voting and we're deciding all this, we need a substitute preacher.
I agree.
No, but it doesn't,
30
some
seconds.
in the congregation, right?
My church always had people that would come up and every now and then they would preach.
So-
Yeah,
So
like,
it's
I
always
think-
hard to find.
Somebody-
out.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's what I'm saying,
somebody
like-
within the, what do they call them? They're like, if the preacher
Guest
and then
speaker?
well, you have the preacher and then you have
He's
like
the deacon.
The deacon, the elders, yeah, deacon. I don't know how all.
Yes.
Or somebody from another church.
Don't you guys have to call it? Yes, you do.
Not in every
No,
church.
You have to be
Time.
called.
To be like a Catholic.
Okay,
further
I need
notice.
your solution.
Oh, dang.
Got it.
Do I need to say it out loud?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I should have heard.
Our plan of action is the Reverend is going to admit publicly his fault in front of the congregation and ask for forgiveness from them and God and seek help and professional advice. Then we'll have a congregational meeting for anyone who wants to attend to voice their thoughts in a week. Then the board will consider the results from the meeting, and the minister will take time off from his job to seek help and forgiveness while the board prays about it, and will institute a guest preacher or deacon until further notice from the ministers. Do you ask questions? Do you?
Hold on,
That's
within week, congregation meeting, substitute minister, what else would I miss?
Board's praying about it.
Yeah, board prays about it, and the minister takes time off from his job to seek help and forgiveness. With no pay.
We should, yeah, we don't know.
I got a question.
No, I don't feel like we should
I
pay
feel like,
him.
I feel like we do.
We should pay him?
Make the decisions over.
I was gonna say, what?
And you said suspended without pay?
Yes. To seek help and forgiveness.
Okay, give them a round of applause, they were first place.
Like we're done.
We did awesome.
What about the remaining $5,000 you gotta come up with?
Yeah, we're gonna worry about that later. Money is not as important as our moral code.
I agree.
Okay, well, go ahead, Thomas, make your argument.
Where are you gonna put these people at though? Is that gonna be a problem?
What people?
Congregation.
The congregation that's overgrown your church?
They
Where you gonna
fit
put
right
them?
now. They're
Yeah, they
just-
fit right now.
The expansion project will be suspended until further notice. Thank you. Any more questions?
You guys didn't bring that up at all.
Because
Yeah, we
have
discussed
a
that.
very
If the
ethical
preacher
mindset.
leaves, there's a good possibility that most of the congregation is going to leave with them because a lot of them went there because of that reverend.
We don't need to do
Okay,
So if
other
other people leave,
critiques,
we don't need.
other questions? We're just gonna do a few. I tend to withhold my comments because I don't want the other groups hearing. What did you hear? Start with the positives. What did you like?
Everybody contributed.
Everybody contributed?
I like how if you guys did have an idea, you stuck to it. Like you didn't just like back down right away. You kept pushing your point forward.
Okay. What else?
Constructive argument.
In the beginning, I thought they considered all the angles of the situation on like that. With the positives, and then I agree with that.
Okay, what do you want them to work on? What'd you say?
Here comes the wild. Really?
I feel like they got half the project done, because they have to worry about that other 5,000.
Oh.
Because they didn't address it on their end statement.
When I say I give you guys an impossible task, I mean it.
Oh, yeah.
But if the reverend leaves,
But yeah.
there's a good possibility a lot of people are gonna leave, and then we won't need a larger church. So it's on hold until we.
So
We'd like to deal with it
we're hoping
one
that
at
we
a
decrease our
time.
numbers.
We should have wrote down that we're gonna have another meeting about.
Well, this was an actual case, local church. I will not say which one.
Is
It's
actually
in
That's
Crossroads?
exactly what
They-
happened.
My friend goes to it. Did
In Crossroads?
Crossroads. Yeah, it's like she goes on like Monday nights. So.
It was like,
No,
she put
no,
power
there's
It
a-
wasn't Crossroads,
There's
but,
a-
you know, I'm sure this is common in other.
there's a power struggle between Laura and Catherine in the group.
I felt that. I'm sorry. That's all I was
I
like,
have-
ooh,
They
I
were
got a
trying to
little bit.
over-talk each other the whole time.
Yeah.
Do what?
I feel like you and I kind of.
Do you guys, anybody notice Austin's nonverbals toward the end?
Yeah,
What do you mean, like?
he was kind of.
Did anybody in the group notice Austin's nonverbals?
I was looking this way.
Well, I sat here on purpose.
Catherine said a
Catherine was like,
couple
right.
times to
Oh,
you.
no.
She was like,
Yeah.
why aren't you talking?
Yeah.
And then she
Yeah,
was
there
like, what
was
do
at
you
one
think?
point. There was a couple points where trying to drag him.
He
in.
tried saying something, but they wouldn't let him in.
Those warm already in here, I noticed whenever they were talked less, because there was one period when you all were barely talking, it got a lot cooler in here. I mean, it's still warm, but when you all were.
It's so hot here, and I've got to tell you, I've got to tell you that come public speaking time, it's going to be even worse. Because it's going to be hot, we're going to have to close this because they're going to be grunting out there from tennis and blasting the dog. I'm serious, and every train and ambulance goes by. So it's going to get bad, but I like to think of it as a training exercise.
I was wondering if he did it because he promotes that, or not promotes that,
Huh?
it increases aggression. That's why I wondered if he did that.
You hurt me! Okay, give him a round of applause.
Wait.
You're done.
Like you're
No, no.
Not right now.
Why?